All right, so I was reading the New York Post, an article in the New York Post, and it's a fairly reliable news newspaper or news magazine, and it's also this same story has also been on other news organizations and newspapers and news magazines where the late great Princess Diana, the Princess of Wales, when she was married to the Prince of Wales, Charles, the Prince of Wales, once overheard him having phone sex with Camilla Parker Bowles, who is now Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, whom the prince married after his divorce and the death of Princess Diana. And apparently Princess Diana opened the door and he was in the toilet and he was having phone sex with Camilla, and she complained to a friend of hers who worked for the BBC, and now years later he is revealing that to the press. First of all, I mean, some people might find this story very hilarious. Some people might get pissed off. Some people might be sad. But I personally find it hilarious. I mean, I'm not a big royal person. I mean, I respect the royal family. They're all right. But, like, I'm not like, oh, God bless the royal. Like, they're just there, okay? And in my opinion, there's a lot of strong opinion when it comes to this whole Charles and Camilla thing. Now, I believe that Charles is very guilty. Yes, he should never have married Princess Diana because I know, and many people know, he never loved her in that way. Like, he didn't intend to be faithful to her. He never intended to be faithful to her. He always loved Camilla. And the reason he never married Camilla in the first place is because back in those days, the royal family said that a member of the royal family or an heir to the throne had to marry an aristocrat, had to marry a pretty woman whose face could look good on a stamp, someone who was a Protestant, not a Catholic, and she had to be a virgin and white. And Camilla has maybe two of those qualifications. She's white and she's a Protestant. Everything else, she's not qualified. She sure as hell does not have a face that can look good on a stamp. She's ugly as fuck. She's still always ugly. She's still ugly as fuck. And, that's okay. I mean, we all can be ugly sometimes. And beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I personally think she's ugly as fuck, and that's fine. But, Charles loved her. And he couldn't marry her. And so the relationship broke off, and she went and married some other dude, and he ended up marrying Diana because she was probably one of the only people in Britain who was a virgin, who was an aristocrat, and face could look good on a stamp, and she was Protestant and all that stuff. I mean, I don't think you could find a woman in England right now who is over 16 who is a virgin. So I don't even know if they use that rule anymore. I'm not trying to be offensive or anything, but hey, this is the 21st century and people don't do that anymore. It's sad, but it's probably true. So my opinion on Camilla is more open-minded than a lot of you all out there. I know a lot of people hate Camilla. First of all, she's going to be queen, okay? She is going to be Queen Camilla one day. When the queen dies and Prince Charles is king, she is going to be queen. That's the end of it. There's no princess of this or whatever. She's going to be the queen. She's going to be the queen. The queen consort. And that's it. I know a lot of people don't like it, but that's just what's going to happen. But my thing with Camilla is, look, I mean, I know a lot of people say, oh, well, she should not have been with the Prince of Wales because she knew he was married. Now, I'm especially talking to women out there. If Prince William, who's married and has 2 kids, and who might have another one, came to your door and said, can I have sex with you? You are not going to turn him away. And you know damn well he's married and he's got kids. You would go right up there with him and you'd bang him all day and all night, okay? So this is the Prince of Wales coming to Camilla. He loves her. He wants her. And that's just what happened, okay? So that's one thing. Charles is to blame because he should never have married Diana if he never did. He might as well just have stayed single for the rest of his life if he if he couldn't find anybody suitable. Or and it's also the Queen and her husband's fault for forcing Prince Charles to be so selective in the people he loved. He loved Camilla. She was just not qualified at the time. But you know what? That shouldn't have mattered. You can't mess with love. So that's my view on it. So I'm sad that Princess Diana died. I think it was a tragedy. She was a great person. She did great things for people, AIDS, and defeating that stigma of AIDS and all that stuff. She was a nice person. But you know what? Charles just didn't love her, and I don't think he deserved her. He should never have married her, and the Queen should never have forced Charles to be so selective. He should have let him just stay with Camilla forever and just marry her, and then that would have been it. I mean, hey, you can't help who you love. I personally wouldn't choose Camilla. I know a lot of you all wouldn't choose Camilla, but hey, beauty's in the eye beholder. Charles loved her. And then this whole thing would have never happened. Diana would have found somebody. She definitely found someone. She was very beautiful, and people loved her. She would have found someone else. He would have been with Camilla, and none of this would have ever happened. But to go out there and blame Camilla and all this stuff, look, yeah, I know she's not perfect, but she's human, okay? As I said, if Charles came to your door right now and offered you, if William came to your door right now and offered you some loving, you would gladly accept. I know you would. You'd probably say, oh, no, I wouldn't. You would, okay? And then people would be like, oh, you're a homewrecker and stuff. But hey, it's a royal guy, okay? And Camilla loved it. Camilla obviously was flattered that the Prince of Wales was so into her. So there you have it. That's my thing. It's very weird though. It's pretty hilarious to think of Prince Charles sitting on the toilet having phone sex, and Diana walks in and be like, "What are you doing here, Charles? What the hell is wrong with you? Huh?" Oh boy, these royal people are funny, man. Oh boy.